Okay, welcome to part 6 of the Repairathon. This time we have a Kortek Imperial KT-1420A. It's a 19-inch chassis, and there's really not much to it. It's an extremely simple chassis, and you can identify it by this. It says KI-2-VOT&E. That's an indication of what this is, but in actuality it's a Kortek Imperial KT-1420A. And I say that it's a very simple chassis because there's not much to it that will keep it from powering on, except for capacitors being bad. There's really only a couple components that we need to test. So looking over the thing, it looks like it's all complete except it's one of the ones that's missing the remote board. So I would not be able to test this if it weren't for the fact that I actually have another working one here that I actually have a tube for, which is what we're going to use to test this, but it also has the remote board. So I'm going to remove it from this one. Easier said than done. Place it onto this one. So again, the owner of this is going to have a very hard time trying to locate one of these, but you know, at least they'll know that they've got a working chassis. You know, as soon as they find one of these, they should be okay. But there's really only a few components to test on this before we fire it up. And let's look at the back side first to make sure there's nothing visually wrong with this. It does not appear to have been messed with ever. It will require some reflow, looks like. Not too bad. The video header pins are all in need of adjustment. And by adjustment I mean adding more solder. Everything else seems to be okay. Some of these connections here from, I believe, the neck board, yeah, some of these are a bit iffy. So I'll go through and do the full reflow that's required here. But in the meantime, with this looking okay, let's test our fuses. There's two fuses on this chassis. There's a fuse right here, F601, which is the main AC fuse. And there's a fuse in here, F602, which is for the HOT and the power circuit. So let me zoom in here. You can see, oops, sorry. All right. So this guy here almost never goes bad. What you usually see is this one going bad. And when this goes bad, there's usually one of two reasons. This resistor here has opened up. This resistor opening up will cause this fuse to blow, and also the HOT. The HOT here on the side, if this goes out, that will also take out this fuse. So I say about 90% of the time, if this fuse is good and this fuse is good, you'll power right up. So let's test the fuses. .601, good, and 602, good. All right. So we'll test this resistor here. I can't recall what this resistor is offhand. R612 it looks like. Yeah. This one here with the 509 on it. If that is open, again, it'll take out that fuse. So if you ever get one of these where F602 is blown, I can almost guarantee you your HOT is bad or that R612 is bad. So let's go ahead and test it here. I can't recall what it's supposed to read. 5.5 ohms, and let's test it on this one too. Yeah, same thing. Oh, well, it might help if you see it. 5.1. So yep, that resistor is good, which probably explains why our F602 is not blown. And the HOT is very simple to test. You can look in here and see that there's the two leads, the one with the blue wire and the one with the yellow wire, and it's very simple to test this. I'll show you what it should read in circuit if I can do this here, get the right angle. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is go to your diode checker, and you're going to want to take your negative lead and put it on the metal part of the transistor, just, you know, like this. And you'll want to go to each tab. So we'll go to our yellow wire, and we're at 0.54. 0.55, and we'll go to our blue wire, 0.455. So that's a good reading. If you were to go to your frame and you touched either one of these and it read, you know, like it did one of these, then you're shorted. So that's how you check the HOT. The HOT is good. Our R612 is good, which explains why our fuse is good. So if you ever get one of these with the blown F602, like I say, check R612, this guy right here, and your HOT. For the most part, that should really only be the culprits to that. I mean, it can be a bad flyback. The flybacks go bad on these. It's a very common issue as well. But again, since we don't have a blown fuse, I would say it's probably okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a good inspection. And since I don't see anything that's actually in need of reflow immediately, I say we just go ahead and turn it on and see what we get. Let's look at the neck board. Someone's already got these in the center. That's kind of them. Someone must have been working on this previously. There's a bunch of glue on these transistors here, but they appear to be secure. Oh, that one's loose. Oh, it's broken. Look at that. That leg is broken right there. Let's see here. This guy right here, that leg is busted. Will all be dipped. Yep, sure enough. Well, their glue didn't hold very well, did it? Well, shit. How am I gonna... I don't think I have another one of these that I can use. I could probably steal one off of a K7000 or something, to be quite honest. Well, crap. Well, okay, so let me see if I can find a replacement transistor here, and I'll replace this. This is the one for red, it looks like. Most likely. This one's going to be for blue, and this one's going to be... Oh, sorry. God damn it. This one's going to be for red, because it's... Here's the red in. Red in. And if we look at the... For red in, we look at the trace here, and it goes right to the transistor. So this one's going to be for blue, and this one's going to be for green. So I bet you if we were to fire this up, it wouldn't have any red. So yeah, I'm going to have to see if I can go find a transistor that'll work. So stand by for a moment. Yep, I got a spare 19-inch K7000 board. Neck board, I should say. I've used this for... This is a spare that I've got, and it's complete except for I've already robbed what looks like a color transistor here. So there's no reason not to rob another. Let me turn the iron on. Probably should have done that already. You can see I've removed the neck at some point too, looks like, or the socket, for testing or swapping out or something. Alright, I guess what we'll do is we will test this. Or you know what? I didn't really think about it until just now. I bet you I could fix this. I bet you there's enough of that tab left where I could just solder to it. Let's try that. And just for the hell of it, take this off of here. Take this off of here. Come quietly or there will be trouble. Alright. Let's just test this here. So a good one reads 0.1, and that's good. So there's the diode. So if we do this one, the one that's broken, it's completely open to the diode. So let's see if we can remedy that. First thing we're going to have to do is take this out completely. Yeah, there you go, broken leg. I wonder if I can work some magic here and get rid of this stupid glue that they've got in here. Let's use this. I don't know why they do. They think this helps, but it doesn't help for shit. This is actually a giant hindrance when it comes time to try and fix stuff. Hey, there we go. It's getting some progress. Okay. What does this look like? Yank that out of there. Got it. So let's see if we can perform a miracle here. Get a little flux. And a little iron. Tin this a bit. Where's my pen here? There we go. You can see here it's nice and shiny now, especially on this side. So now we've got a good surface to solder to. Let's try this again. Set this on here. Well, it's kind of bent there, but we got it. See if we can make that work. There you go, it's soldered back on. And it's secure. Not the prettiest thing, but how is this oriented? Like this. Oh, wait a minute. Not going to get very far unless I remove the solder from the back side of this. There we go. Try that again. Success, my friends. Success. So let's tack it in. Give it a little tacky. Tack, tack, tackaroo. I'm gonna angle it in there. Okay. There we are. Did we fix it? Let's find out. Okay. We've got base. Let's go check one of the other ones first. Here's the base. 0.632 and 1.0 basically. So we'll go over to this one. 0.58 and not sure about that. However, that's good right there. So I think it's good. All right. Not a big deal. We would have found that eventually if we powered it up and saw no red, but I think we're going to be good now, so that's awesome. So let's turn it on, see what we get. And I just happen to have a full cap kit and a filter cap. So let me cut away and we'll come back with it on the tube and we'll see what it does. So we're all hooked up, anode, neck, yoke, ground, and video, and of course power. And I forgot to mention before that the reason that these are probably all set to the center is because the main RGB adjustment is right there. That's where you see those are all kind of pretty much centered too. So I'm hoping that this may be good just out of the gate. But we know for a fact that there was no red, or would have been no red. So we have everything hooked up. We got our remote board plugged in, and we should be ready to go. So let's turn it on and see if it even turns on. Hopefully nothing explodes. If it at least works, we'll throw the cap kit on and then kind of see where we're at. So let's see here. Oh, and I forgot to mention that there's the box full of boards. or full of chassis. I forgot to mention that this monitor actually has a really bad Tetris burn in it. Not that it matters, but you can see it's got that's some pretty bad Tetris burn in it. So anyway, let's turn this light back on and let's angle this a bit and set this up on the tripod. There we go. And let us find out together if this works. Here we go. Well, came on as a high-pitched noise, but nothing's blowing up. Hey, it works, but we got collapse. We've got, actually that's amazing. The picture is already centered and everything. Looks like we have all our colors, but it's too early to tell yet. Yeah, we do indeed have all of our colors. It's way too red, but yeah, that's yep, it needs caps. You got vertical collapse up top, partial collapse. Sure enough. Okay, well, I guess it's cap kit time. Let's do the cap kit and then see where we're at. Alright, the full cap kit is installed, including the filter cap, all marked and brand new caps. We got everything hooked back up the way that it should be, and we are ready to go. So hopefully the caps fixed the squished or the collapsed image at the top of the screen. Here are all the original caps. None of them were actually leaking. I think they were just bad over time. Not a single one of them had any electrolyte leaking out of it, so obviously they were just bad. So let's get rid of these in the garbage, and we should be ready. Let's set this up here. Zoom in. And let's see what we get. Okay. 1, 2, 3. This thing makes the weirdest noises, but hey, hot dog! Good old cap kit to the rescue. We got all of our colors, but it looks like garbage. Let me turn this off here so we can... So I'm going to actually adjust... Let me move this over a bit. And I'm going to adjust the colors and whatnot from the right side where those 3 pots are by the connector, or the video connector. There we go. Where's my driver? Here it is. And that's not what I want. I gotta plug this back in for a moment, sorry. How about that? What do you think? What do you think of that? Needs to be a bit more blue. Or each hole needs to be adjusted. I don't know which one that is. There we go. Each position. That's as far over as that goes, but we'll call it okay. Let's turn our red down a bit more. And our blue. Let's do our focus. There we go. That looks pretty darn good. Let's turn this off. There you have it. It looks much better in person than through the camera here, trust me, but yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. Yep. I don't know why it looks so better in person. Let's see if I can zoom in here. But it's very crisp and colors are pretty good. Let's go ahead and do our test here. Red, green, blue, color bars, crosshatch. Mix it out of here. Yep, I think that's pretty good. So maybe a little bit too red, but not too much. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, well there you go. Number 5 is now up and running. I've got one chassis left. Actually, technically I have 2, but the last chassis I won't be able to test because I don't have a proper tube that's compatible with the neck. So I'm only going to be able to work on 6 of the 7, which I've said before. But yeah, so far we are 5 for 5. Hopefully we'll be 6 for 6, and that will conclude the repair-a-thon. So stay tuned for the last video. Real quick here, I want to add on the end that I did a little bit more adjustments here and got it looking much better. As you can see here, this is pretty much darn near perfect. So, yep, that's much better there. So just wanted to add this at the end here. I got this looking almost basically perfect. So thanks again, and stay tuned for the last video.